Well, hello. Hello from Melbourne. This is a nice little test email, nice little test YouTube live. I haven't done one of these for a little while, so just thought I'd see it out. So I've using some new software, and it looks pretty good on the screen. So last time I tried this, I had all sorts of problems with it. So in a few minutes, we're going to be having a guest on, and we'll test out the functionality of this new thing. So I'm going to stick a little banner up, and we'll see how that works. So no, and not that one. We're going to go to this one. There we go. Little scrolling mark down the bottom. So I know someone's watching, so say hello, see if the chat works. So we're going to get joined shortly with a friend. I won't say who it is, but we will just see how all that looks. So it's a bit of a funny old day here in Melbourne. It's a little overcast, but it's not too bad outside. Nice day for a game of golf, if only we were allowed to play golf. So unfortunately, with our COVID ban at the moment, we're not allowed to play golf here. So I can see someone's joined the stream. So say hello, whoever it is. It'd be nice to see a comment in the chat. Where are you watching from? This is the new studio. In fact, it's called the surgery. So this is the office, and we live in an old hospital, and my son one of my sons has actually nicknamed this the surgery rather than the office. So got a few books in there, and I've been busy biding my time over our lockdown with buying a few clubs. So I've actually purchased my set of golf clubs that I used to use back in about 1986. They're a set of McGregor Colochromes. So that's been occupying my mind. So it's amazing what you can pick up. So I love these. In fact, this is very unprofessional. I'm going to leave the screen, but we'll see what happens. There we go. So this is the set of McGregor Colochromes. So we'll show it that way. So it's a copper face, and I used to use these back in 1986. So they're a beautiful set of golf clubs. So they're originally made in the 50s, but this was a bit of a reproduction. So I had these when I played back in the day. So my plan is to get some leather grips on them. So this one isn't too bad, but right, sorry, I've just had a message from my guest. So if you're watching, put a comment. I'd love to see where you're watching from. It would be good. So let me see if I can invite my guest. I've got to work out how to use this software. So we go that one. And then I think I go this way. Sorry, this is very unprofessional, but it is a bit of a test. So we shall see what happens. There we go, notifications everywhere. We'll get back to the stream now. So that should be right. So either the comments, no one's wanting to put a comment up, or the comments aren't working. So I'll, one way or another, we'll see what happens. But hopefully you're having a good day wherever you are. There we go. Joe, how are you, mate? We talk regularly on our YouTube videos. So this does work. This is pretty exciting. South Morang. So no golf for you, Joe. Mark, comment test. Thank you. This is exciting. It's great interacting with people. And I think we have a guest. So
hi, Brian.
Here we go. Anne Rollo. We could say that you're only 50% of Pro Golf Gals.
Yeah, well, I like to think it's a bit more than 50%. 95. No, don't do that.
Hello, we've got Scott from Hastings. So I'm just reading comments on the screen. So Hastings is 5 kilometres south of where I'm sitting at the moment. So,
Oh, it's not far.
and we've got Mark
What's the weather
from
like in
Corowa.
Hastings?
Yeah, so Mark's from Corowa, so no golf for him. He's commented, and Joe from OzCats said hi, Anne.
Hi, Joe from OzCats. I've been
So
looking
Joe
at all your
follows-
comments. Thank you so much for your great comments.
Isn't it really good to being able to talk to people instead of when we make videos?
Yeah.
We don't really have. I mean, it's easier for you. You've got Dee, and Dee's the best foil going around.
I know.
But,
She makes me funny. Makes me seem funny.
I reckon she's even funnier after a couple of drinks. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
is there any
Yeah.
truth in the rumor that you actually drink before you make a video, or is that
No,
just
there's not even a rumor, Brian. You just made that up.
Yeah,
I'm on to you.
I did. Now I'm going to try something here. So, what have you been doing in lockdown, Anne?
Lots of YouTube editing, using a lot of old video tips that I've had for years and sort of rehashing them a little bit, because we can't even really go out and video, as you would know, Brian,
No, it makes it hard.
Yeah, and the golf courses are kind of overrun. Well, they were until with this latest one where it's only 5Ks now. So, anyway, you can't really go. Most people wouldn't have a golf course in 5Ks, would they? It's not that far.
No, I don't think. I reckon I'm about 8Ks to my nearest one, but I'm a bit fortunate that I can go to Lang Lang on a Friday because Lang Lang is regional, so I can go and coach there. But so I can do a little bit of footage. I couldn't for a couple of weeks. Now we've got some other people here. We've got ET from Washington State, USA. So
wow, international.
That must be late. It's either really late in the evening or really early in the morning. I'm not sure which, but g'day ET. Should I do the dad joke and say phone home? No.
It'd be late at night, I would have thought.
It would be. And we've got Justin from Brisbane. So g'day, Justin. So
Hi,
you
Justin.
guys can play golf at the moment in Brisbane. Now, I believe you've been working on something in lockdown and you finished it, Anne.
Yeah, I've got a new course, 4-week mental course. So, how to think positively, how to overcome the nerves. If you tend to get grumpy on the golf course, it does cost you shots, doesn't it, Brian? So, how to improve the mental side of the game and chop some shots off your score that way.
It's funny. Everyone's really quick to make changes to their golf swings. I've got to shallow out my angle of attack and I've got to do this and I've got to do that.
Yeah.
Quite often, if they just took a different mental approach, it would.
Yes, that link you've got there is my 4-week pitching course, which is also a really good course. All the basics of pitching, distance control, which clubs to use where, when to chip, when to pitch, all that great stuff. Can people click on that, Brian, right now?
I don't think they can. Can someone try it and let us know? This is all new to me. So I've never used this particular. Yeah, I've never used this particular software. So you can't see it, Anne, but I've set up like a little bit of an overlay here. You'll see it on the replay later. But it looks pretty slick. No, apparently Justin said no, we can't click on it. But what I will do is when the broadcast is over, I'll keep it as a YouTube live video and I'll put a link in the description to that course and the other course as well.
Thank you. Both 4-week courses, but you don't have to take 4 weeks. You can do it all at once if you like, but it's sort of designed to be done step by step. So, thank you, Brian.
Oh, that's all right. Now, what's the length of time you're allowed to hang on to a bad shot for?
Actually, we should tell people about your putting course before we go too much further.
When I've gotten rid of you, I'll talk about my putting course.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. But, it's hard, isn't it, to let it go sometimes. I think the mental side of the game is just so huge and so overlooked. And you look at the Morikawas of the world, like he is so young and so cool and calm under pressure. How do they do that? Those are the sort of tips in the course, that the little skill sets that they use that anybody can use, that are so helpful for you to, and even it'll reduce your scores, but it's also going to help you enjoy your game, which is really what we're all out there for, isn't it?
It is indeed. So Joe, E.T. and Scott and Justin have all said that the link doesn't work. So I'll put that link in the description when this little test is over with. Thank you very much for taking a few minutes out of your day.
No worries, Brian. Good luck with your test, and hopefully we'll do some more of these YouTube lives soon.
I think we have to get Pro Golf Gals and myself on in the one stream.
Yeah.
I reckon that would be really good fun.
Yep.
And if we did it in the evening,
we'll get D
a glass
on.
of wine.
We'll have some cocktails. Sounds like a plan.
It
Everyone
does,
can get
right.
a cocktail as well, and we'll have a get together.
Yeah, as near as we're going to get for a little while. All right. Thanks, Annie. See ya.
Thanks, Brian. Bye, everyone.
Well, there you go. So this works. I couldn't do this on my other tests. Now I'm going to get rid of Anne's little banner there. So that was quite exciting. So Anne was right. I've been working. So while in lockdown, I've been planning a course out for a little while, and I figured that for the most of the last 12 to 18 months, a lot of us have been stuck in our own home, and golf doesn't exist here. We're not allowed to play golf. So I've created a course that we can do from home, and it's using putting. So I thought I might give everyone a little bit of a sample of what the course looks like, if I can find it. This works. So here is the course at the moment. So I use a platform called Coach Now. And while I'm doing this, I can't see any comments, so I'll come back to you. But basically, all of this down the left-hand side here is, think of it as chapters. So I have an introduction, I've got putter fitting. So down the right-hand side, it has all the videos, and I filmed this in my kitchen. So if I can film a course on putting on a putting mat in my kitchen with over 2 hours of content, you can all improve your putting at home quite easily. So we go into the putting fundamentals in there. So there's lots of videos on the different fundamentals. The 5 common putting grips. I detail who should be using them and how to go about using them. And a bit about putting mechanics. I've got to come up with a better word because I don't want anyone to be mechanical. But I think the best part is the putting drills. So you can step through this course logically, or you can go in and go to the putting drills. So this is putting drills for setup. So I've got some drills you can do to improve your setup. And then I've got putting drills for tempo. So all of these are designed to help with your tempo. Then we've got putting drills for handling pressure. I even get into a bit of how to develop your green reading at home. So all of this is done on a putting mat. So if you can do it on a putting mat without really getting bored, I think we're on a winner. So let me get back into here and I'll stop the share. So we'll see how we've got any comments. No more comments on that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it. So if you're like most people and you do have a putting mat, usually after about 5 minutes, everyone gets bored out of their brains. So there's over 2 hours of content and 50 videos on how to practice and improve your training. And the more you practice, or the more putts you hit in practice, the less putts you're going to hit when you play. So I think putting is a really good opportunity to get in there. So it's one of those things. I've created it, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of work went into it. I must admit, I thought I'd be able to knock it over in about 3 days, and it took the best part of a week and a half. So it's it always takes longer than you think in these things. But if you were interested in the course, let me see. I think I've got something here. So the course can be found. You can go onto my website, thegolfdoctor.com.au. And you'll see there's a link up in the top right-hand side. There's a button in there. So but I'll put a link up in the description after that. So that's sort of, I didn't mean for it to all be a total promotion, but if anyone's got a question, feel free to ask a question before I leave. I'll just adjust this screen here. And actually, someone commented the other day about, I was doing a Zoom call with a client and they said, it's really nice to see books behind you. So I've got, they're not all golf books. There's a few different things, but it's actually quite a good thing. So Justin, just what I need to get a Scotty flow. The putting, the fitting video is a good thing. Yeah, most people, it's funny, the putter is the most used club in the bag, and it's the one that people don't often think about getting fitted. Yet I think it's probably the most important club to be fitted, even more than the others. And you will always should be fitted with golf clubs. Alex, how are you? Alex, how's my shoulder? Well, it's a bit dodgy at the moment, so I've got to go and see my physio, my osteo. I've had a bit of a break from seeing him. While I was seeing him, it was fantastic, and I got a lot more movement back. But at the moment, it's tightened up a bit. But I'm supposedly taking a group of people to King Island on the 20th of September. So we're actually going to Barnbougle Dunes. I've got a golf tour, and there's only 7 people can come because we can only fit 8 on the plane, and it's a very small aircraft out of Essendon. So we're leaving from Essendon Airport on the Monday. We fly to Barnbougle, and then we play Barnbougle Lost Farm the first day. We land adjacent to the second fairway of Barnbougle Dunes. Then we have dinner. And then the next morning, I put on a short game clinic in the morning after breakfast. Then we play at the dunes at Barnbougle. Then I'll stand on the range for an hour after that to give everyone a bit of a tweak and just make sure everything's okay at the halfway point. And then the next morning, we fly to King Island and we play Ocean Dunes. And then we transfer to Cape Wickham that afternoon, and we play Cape Wickham in the morning, and then we head back to the airport on King Island, and we have to go to the King Island Dairy. So we nick off to the King Island Dairy and buy a heap of cheese, and then we fly home. And the plane's always a lot heavier going back because of all the cheese. Yes, Joe, jealous. Well, let's hope it goes ahead, because I think if this lockdown gets extended, I think we'll probably have to postpone it, but we'll just see what happens. So thank you for sharing a bit of time. And there's Justin. I've just seen your message. As they say, drive for show and putt for dough. I'm a big believer in that, but all the stats are that the better you are, the more important driving becomes. But that's something that most of us don't have to worry about. Certainly not me. I think putting's just low-hanging fruit that everyone can get better at. Just imagine if I said, here's a tablet, take it, and for the next 12 months, you don't have any 3 putts. I know that's going to have a beneficial effect on your score. So, to eat low-hanging fruit, we should all practice our putting more than we currently do. Thanks, Joe. Fingers crossed. So thank you for joining me. This was only meant to be a 5-minute test or thereabouts, but stay tuned. I think this has worked, and I'm going to be doing more and more of these, and I think the next one, so I'll put a notification out about it, or just stay. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, and you'll be notified what happens when I do have a notification. But I think we'll get Denise Hutton and Rollo and myself, and we'll have a bit of a good time talking golf. So thanks for coming, and look after yourselves, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.